All right, people, man. It is a lot of good stuff to talk about tonight. Talk about crazy with the Taylor Swift Eras Tour. That is crazy with her breaking the record for the most pre-sales, beating No Way Home, and with Regal also beating Star Wars. Like, this is crazy, man. This Eras Tour is doing it, y'all. Also, Barbie, #1 movie at the box office, y'all, and highest grossing of the year. Crazy. I will admit, I did not admit it. I did not see it coming. Mario Brothers didn't see that coming either. So I don't even know what I predicted, y'all, but we'll get further into detail. I don't want to keep y'all waiting too much longer. Let me get my co-host Lo in here. What's going on, man? How are you?
Chilling. It's a beautiful Sunday.
Barbie,
bro. Glad to have you back, bro. We missed you last week, but I hope we took care of things while you were gone, man. Me and Mike had a good time, and I know you had a good time. So,
man,
can't wait to dig in with
you.
Great
time last week, man. Beyonce live, y'all, Las Vegas. Amazing, man. Like, let me tell you, bro. Every song that came on, I was jamming, bro. Like that. It was a production, though. Like, it wasn't a concert. It's not like you were like at a concert hall. It was like a production, bro. Big old screen, lots of different visuals going on, man. Pyrotechnics. It was crazy, bro. Like, it was very much like, felt like a show. Like, I was feeling like I was like in a live experience. So, man, I loved it.
I think, I think for concerts, especially for ones you cash out on, like, it's good to see that. Like, see some production value. See some, it's not just some person singing on the stage. Like, there's some, elements here that you'll always remember. That's good to hear, man. Like,
yeah, bro. Got me a ton of videos, photos. I loved it, man. I loved it. But y'all, so excited. We got a lot to talk about tonight, and starting off with a director I just love, y'all. But let's get into our first segment. On a 1 to 10, rate your hype, guys. Rate your hype 1 to 10 on these upcoming movies. We're doing a special edition this time, though. We're talking one trailer, and then we're going to talk our top 5. Talking about Mr. David Fincher here with his new movie coming out, The Killer, starring Michael Fassbender. And man, let me tell you, Lo, I've seen the teaser, and it just looks so Fincher. Like, it looks like a return to the thriller form. Like, it just returns. It makes me think of like my top Fincher. Now, I know a lot of people have, Social Network and stuff like that, and I'm kind of spoiling my top 5. I like Social Network. Don't get me wrong. It's a very well-made movie. I think it's very good. But when I think Fincher, man, I think Seven. I think Fight Club. I think I love Gone Girl. Like, dude, I like the thriller-like Fincher movies, and I just think this hits the nail on the head. Love how Fassbender is like, kind of just, at least from the teaser, it seems like it's like a kind of a mental battle going on with him and what's going on with his latest kill. What do you think about this, man? And where you sitting 1 to 10? Because I'll admit, Lo, I didn't love Mank, but this looks like it might be good.
Yeah, man, he's a filmmaker I respect a lot.
So much.
Despite a little bit of controversial fence-sitting comments that he just made in the past 24 or 48 hours, despite that, as a filmmaker, I respect him a lot. I mean, guys, my Twitter handle is Marcellus Durden, and I got the Durden from Tyler Durden from Fight Club, man. I read the book, and honestly, David Fincher's Fight Club is probably, if not the best, one of the very best book-to-film adaptations ever. Because if anyone's read the book, the film really brings it to life with the narration, with the humor, with the visual spectacle that, like, everything I pictured when I read the book, it's like he delivered it on the screen perfectly. So one of the rare cases of that. And also, I mean, if you go look at Seven, look at Zodiac, and of course Gone Girl, like, the way he just creates atmosphere and creates vibes and just creates like chilling like scenes. It makes me so excited for this upcoming killer film with Michael Fassbender. The teaser gave me this. So as if anybody knows me, I'm a huge 90s head. So that's like my era of when I really got into film and I really started to learn about movies. One of my favorite movies is called The Professional, starring Jean Reno. And this movie's giving me a little bit of The Professional, but it's like if The Professional had a baby with Fight Club, because like the details and like the style of Fight Club it's more present here than it has been for a long while. So I mean, those two movies are brilliant. So if we get some kind of mixture of that, there's a little bit of action, a little bit of a, you know, like it almost gave me like American Psycho vibes too, like the way he's so cold faced and the way he's like narrating himself. Like, what was it he kept repeating? He kept repeating like, it's all about the setup or whatever. Like,
something about like kind of setting it up and such.
Yeah, it's all about the setup. Don't forget the setup. And he kept like repeating it.
I was like, yo.
Yeah, he's kind of like, it's like he might not be all there. He might be kind of like this really like out there character. It's kind of interesting. So
I definitely think it to me at least, it kind of looks like he's out on a kill. And I haven't read the synopsis, by the way, but he's like out on a hunt because he's a professional killer. But it seems like he's having this like mental breakdown battle with himself. And I love that. Like, I love exploring kind of some, like, this is a professional killer, like an assassin, but possibly losing his marbles a little while he's on the hunt. And I love that. I mean, he really knows how to handle like psychological thrillers and psychological characters, as we see in Seven. He really knows how to handle characters like this. And I just wanted to say, hey to SBC Unleashed, what's up? Thanks for coming out. Yeah, I'm glad I put a little banner up on my channel just to bring you guys over here. Welcome to Geekly Goods Live, where we do all live streams here, home of the Geekly Goods Roundup, which is our weekly live show that goes on at this time. So thanks. Panic Room. Okay, I was talking to somebody earlier, and I was like, I really like Panic Room, actually. The person I was talking to didn't quite like it that much, but I like it. I like the claustrophobia. Like you said, he sets up style very, very good, and he really delivers on his tone. And I think that this claustrophobic theme works really well here. I do wish there was maybe one or two other tentpole actors involved, but I do think Panic Room, I wouldn't put it maybe in my top 3, but it's a good one. It's a good one.
Hey, the camera work in Panic Room when he's just
so good, man,
flowing through the house, and then he drops from one staircase to like the bottom of the staircase and to where the Panic Room is. It just zooms in and out. Like, love it. Love it.
Gives you a really good, solid, like, camera work going on. Read the book within a day or two. Yeah, that Fight Club book is something else.
Respect, John.
Yeah, I like the Fight Club book a lot. And I think that what the movie does well, that the book doesn't do bad, was it did take the narrator and characterize him more in the movie. So I respected that with Fincher. What's up, Kobe? Good to see you. Hopefully this redeems Fassbender's Assassin's Creed, The Snowman, and Dark Phoenix. Well, here's the thing is Fassy has a lot more like really good movies that bump those 3 out. I mean, Assassin's Creed I really didn't like. I haven't seen The Snowman. That's one that's the hole in my filmography there. And Dark Phoenix, I don't think he was bad in it. I think that Dark Phoenix just as a whole was a not good movie. But I was going
to say that's not even his fault. It's just
And even Assassin's Creed, I was like, his character's like, he's not bad, but this ain't the movie, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
That was not it.
yeah, Mike's feeling this one. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check that out before the movie.
Absolutely.
Yep, gotta get on that. Ooh, 3 days till Destinations D23 include Marvel Studios, Lucasfilms, and Disney. Yeah, got a lot coming up here with that, which allegedly it's only gonna be 30 minutes. So I don't know what all we're gonna get at the D23 announcement, but we'll see. Jodie Foster, little Kristen Stewart. Yep. Yeah, which is good. I just wanted like one more person.
Also, in my defense, Colby and John, I kind of need to rewatch Panic Room. It's been a while.
I've rewatched Panic Room before Mank. That was the last time I seen it. So yeah, I need a fresh watch too. Want to see Godzilla X Kong? Yes. Absolutely. All right, Lo. Out of 10 though, what were you feeling at The Killer? I didn't ask you.
10, baby. It's a 10. I love the teaser. I love the vibe. I love Michael Fassbender, and I have a lot of respect for Fincher. It's a 10, man.
Yeah, same here. And it's getting a lot of good festival buzz.
That too. I've heard a lot of good things.
A lot of good stuff. And that one and Poor Things are just like, I'm seeing nothing but good about those. And they're my top 2 most anticipated of the year. So here we are. But y'all, please let us know down in the comments. Let us know your top 5 as well. We're going to go through our top 5 Fincher films. Lo, I'm going to start with you, man, at number 5. Where you feeling?
All right. So this was pretty tough. And I'll be honest. Like, Panic Room was on the outside looking in. And also, look, admittedly, I've got some holes in his filmography that I've actually missed a couple. But But all that being said, even though it's not what I like when I first saw this film, it's not what I wanted it to be. Mm-hmm. But the more that I just watched it for what it was versus what I wanted, the more I kind of just understood the vision. So my number 5 is Alien 3.
Oh,
your face. No, but look, hear me out. Like, it's not as good as Aliens. It's nowhere near as good as Alien. But I liked what he did with it. Again, he established himself as a horror thriller maestro with the dark, smoky, industrial vibes and these guys at a prison just locked up with the alien creature. And it had its moments. It wasn't as scary as I wanted, but I loved Charles S. Dutton. I love every film he's in, but seeing Charles S. Dutton as like the leader of the group and his badass scene, like, you know, saving Ripley at the end. And of course, you know, Sigourney Weaver, I mean, she's an icon. So, you know, not my favorite Alien picture, but I liked what he did with it. I thought there were some very interesting story choices. I think my only regret is that we don't see Hicks or Bishop, who I guess they died in the crash or whatever. So I think that was my only complaint. But I don't mind it. That's my number 5. It just edged Panic Room by a hair. I do got to rewatch Panic Room though.
Yeah, I think funny enough, I'm like looking at his filmography and actually forming this on the spot. I think I would put Panic Room at 5. For me, what I really like about Panic Room is just how like claustrophobic and tight it becomes throughout the movie. I know some people don't quite jive with the last act of Panic Room, but I really like it. I mean, it's like Colby was saying, Jodie Foster, young Kristen Stewart. I thought that they really acted well. They were good dynamic together. That's another one I got to go back to because the next 4 are like my iconic Fincher. Like the next 4 are like my 4. But like this one, I would put Panic Room probably down there. Even his other movies, I actually thoroughly enjoy. The Game. The Game is not like my first Fincher I go back to. Like if I'm like thinking Fincher, like these next 4 are just like top tier. I like Girl with Dragon Tattoo. I mean, I like all his stuff except for Mank. I didn't vibe with Mank much, but I like every other Fincher film I really, really like. But these top 5 are just awesome to me. All right, Lo, I'm gonna give you number 4 here. And
all right.
Gone Girl, bro. I love Gone Girl. These next 4 are like 4 movies that I could put on at any day, anytime. I love the next 4, and I haven't watched Gone Girl actually since Mank 2, so I really want to go back to it. But Ben Affleck, Rosamund Pike. Like Rosamund's just crazy in this movie. And again, it's Fincher with a psychological thriller element. And I like the mystery that's going on behind it all. Like I like following it here. And I just think it's one of Rosamund's best for sure. And Ben bounces off her amazingly. They set up this he sets up this big intrigue with like the mystery and her being missing through most of it. And then when she comes back, it's just like over the top and crazy. And I really like this one, man. This number 4 for me, bro. Where you going number 4? Uh-oh. You're muted.
I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but my number 4 is The Social Network.
Okay, no, I don't think that's a hot take.
Whether it's the Reznor, Atticus score, or Jesse Eisenberg and Andrew Garfield's really awesome performances, it's really interesting to me how he took like his style and his like tendencies in all the films he does and kind of translates it to a story that, it's not a horror story. It's not a thriller or a mystery. It's just an interesting biopic on a really weird, but almost genius level like dude in Mark Zuckerberg, who created an empire, obviously, through the tech world. And it's interesting how he applied what he does well to this story and really made it interesting. He made it a lot more interesting than I thought it would be, because like I remember when this movie was coming out, I was like, who wants to watch a Facebook movie? You know what I mean? But but then you see the technique, you see the style, you see Jesse Eisenberg's like charisma, and it's like, okay, this is worth watching. And it opened my eyes to a different kind of filmmaking from Fincher, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's different for Fincher, and I think that's why I can't put it in my top 5, because it's not really Fincher's. He's that psychological thriller guy, and when he steps outside of it, it obviously works, because I do love Social Network, but I just think when it comes to Fincher's others, like I'm like, man, I like that thriller vibe he brings. But The Social Network is a wonderfully made movie. The score is amazing. The performances is great. It keeps you reeled in, because, like you said, a movie about the invention of Facebook, it kind of sounds boring. But movies like this, and recently what I saw, Blackberry, they keep you reeled in by the performances, and they perform, bro. And yeah, I know, Colby. I know. Hot take.
There's a hot take. There's a hot take.
Hot take, bro, because that's a hot take to not have it in there. But he's got Gone Girl at 5, 4, 7, Zodiac at 3, 2 Social Network, and 1 Fight Club.
Not a bad
list.
You got
the Social Network up there, but that's not a hot take. Like, Social Network is usually in people's top 3. So maybe it is a hot take, though. But we got Noel Gonzalez asking, have you seen Alien versus Predator? Of course.
I love Alien versus Predator. I don't care what anybody says. I love Alien. It's great.
That second one is the trash one. First one's pretty good.
Yeah, Requiem, we don't talk about that.
No, man.
But the
you
first
can't even see the damn aliens in Requiem. That one scene was horrible.
Awful. But yeah, I like the setting, like the underground pyramid and the explorers getting trapped with them. I thought it was cool. And then like the final girl teaming up with the Predator. Yeah. Love it.
Yeah, man. I like it. I'm just not big on it. But
I like it as a B movie, and that's how I kind of enjoy it.
You know what? That's a good perspective to have.
It's a silly B movie, and I'm just rolling with it. Like
silly, yeah. But give me your number 3 Fincher, man. Where you going for number 3?
All right. This is where it starts getting a little messy, and I think it's all preference, right? But my number 3 is 7.
Okay.
I love it. I love 7. Morgan Freeman's amazing. Brad Pitt's great. Kevin Spacey as John Doe is so chilling. And I like the style, the murder mystery, and the way he writes out the 7 deadly sins with the blood and all the weird body counts we find, like the gluttony guy. And it's so icky. It's so gruesome. And it's like gruesome and icky from the very first, like the second the credits hit. Like, got the creepy score, you got the weird, like, rough editing, and it's like this text is all jagged, and he just creates the mood like immediately. And I think 7 put the world on notice, like, hey, Fincher's somebody to watch. And for that reason alone, I love the film.
Oh, the film is fantastic. I mean, 7, I could even call it one of my favorite movies of all time, potentially. I mean, Seven, just the dynamic between, young Brad Pitt and experienced Morgan Freeman was such a good dynamic throughout the movie. And then you really turn that on its head in the last, 10 minutes as we've, I'm sorry if you haven't seen it, you definitely better mute here. But yes, the ending of Seven is just like one of the most iconic in cinematic history. So it's just
What's in
that
the
mystery
box?
element of having Brad Pitt just like blow up at the end there. It is so good, man. Like, what's in the box? So good, man.
It's so like heart-wrenching. Like, I think even as the audience, but it still hurts. You're
And
still
what's
like,
so cool about that scene is that one frame he puts of her face in it. I was like, dude, that one little blip he puts of Gwyneth Paltrow in the scene just enhances it so good. So chilling.
Hey, real quick, before we go on, thank you, Colby, for posting this awesome rant here. Sorry, my Prada is at the cleaners along with my hoodie and my fuck you flip-flops, you pretentious douchebag.
Yeah, such a good movie. I mean,
shouts out Social Network.
Here go Tyler with the K-pop reference. Seven, a very good song by Jungkook from BTS. Man, that song is a jam, bro. I've been bumping that all summer, bro.
I'm so confused, but okay.
Oh yeah, it's a song by Jungkook from BTS.
So
good. Man, you listen to K-pop? Shoot, I'll be all over that K-pop, bro. Blackpink, BTS. Who else?
Anyways,
and aespa cooking.
I'm just kidding. Hey, I mean, I get it. Some people love it. I get it's like some people staying. It's just not my cup of tea.
Man, come on, bro. You don't be listening to that. Yeah, big K-pop fan, but I like Stray Kids too. Okay, I'm going on a rant, but number 3 for me, I gotta go Zodiac, bro. Zodiac easily, bro. Like the way he sets up that mystery, the way he K-pop pops. Look,
okay, man, Tyler, don't come at me right now.
But yes, Zodiac. Laser put me on blast down here. Saying we know why. Yes, I do like Lisa from Blackpink. We know. But yes, where was it? Oh, Zodiac. Oh my god, dude. The score, the cinematography, the fact that this is like something that actually happened, but Fincher just putting his stamp on it enhances the story so much more. It makes it so much more like chilling and weird and psychological. And I mean, he really brought light to the story because, like, I remember when I went back and watched Zodiac, because I started with Fincher. I saw Fight Club when I was like a freshman in high school, went through his whole filmography, and I just remember that had come out that year. And I had no idea what the whole mystery was about. And yeah, I went on the slow old internet back then and looked it up. And it was just like such a weird story about that Zodiac killer. And the way that he brings it to life on screen, it's not too disturbing to where they're showing too much, but it does really captivate you. And it is creepy and chilling. And I really, really like it. I mean, the dynamics too between Ruffalo and Jake Gyllenhaal, Robert Downey Jr., which I'm like, okay, y'all were in the MCU later. But the dynamic between the three of them, so good. I really like it, man. Oh, and yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio. That's right. So all three of them are in the MCU. But yeah, I really like it, man. Zodiac, easily number 3 on Fincher, bro. Then number 2, I'll give you number 2. You were just talking about it, bro. 7, man. For everything you said, you were absolutely correct, my friend. That put him on the map. That was like the film that was like, hey, like this Fincher dude, we got to pay attention to him. Because yeah, you get Freeman, you get a young Brad Pitt. Like I said, you get the different dynamics and the more experienced, more cool, calm, collective versus, Brad Pitt, who's a little more emotional, a little more quick judgment. He really, that last 10 minutes just absolutely solidifies one of the best moments in cinematic history. Love the mystery setup. Love the setup of the tone from the beginning. It's a fascinating film. And yeah, John Doe, hell of a character. I'm like, Kevin Spacey, why'd you come on, man? But he knocked it dead in that movie, man. Like John Doe is just this like weird, cool-faced crazy killer. Like, this is what a killer could look like. Just this calm, cool, and collected dude who's like going through using the 7 deadly sins against him in this big mystery. It's fantastic, man. Joe-san, good to see you. Lo, I think you're at number 2 or 3. My fault. 2. Yep, number 2.
All right, so this is probably my most controversial take for me, just because it was my number 1 Fincher for a long time. But first rule of it is we don't talk about it. We do not talk about Fight Club.
No,
and
sir. Second and third rule, too.
I already kind of emoted about it earlier, but I mean, like, it's just such a perfect book to film adaptation. The chemistry between Edward Norton and Brad Pitt is just, it's just awesome. They play off each other so well, especially the scene where like they talk about who they would want to fight, and they pick like, oh, I'd want to fight Gandhi, and then like the narrator's like, oh, I want to fight Abe Lincoln, and then Brad Pitt's like, oh, good choice, yeah, fight. You know, it's just interesting, like the little banter they have, and then also just the build up to like what happens in the film, and Project Mayhem and meeting Marla, and there's just so many interesting happenings, and it's just the way that Fincher crafts it, the way that he shoots it, like when the narrator is describing his apartment and you see all the catalog tags from IKEA on the screen, like, well, how much he paid for each item, and it's all itemized. Like his whole apartment's pretty much an IKEA ad, which is hilarious. You just love the way it's framed and edited in that sequence, and there's just so many things I can go on and on about, but it's one of the most iconic films in the 90s. It's one of the most quotable films in the 90s. I want you to hit me as hard as you can. We don't fuck with us. We are your, we do your laundry. That whole speech about what Project Mayhem really is. It's all normal people just in the underground, and I love it. It's one of my favorite films of all time. Hey, you're on mute, Leo.
I love thank you. I love the commentary too that it has on like masculinity and like that raw form of like them exploring like the male like center of masculinity of just like fighting and like dropping everything, all logic, all your work, whatever, to like beat the snot out of some other dude. It's just like this crazy exploration of the core of men and what Project Mayhem, what it ended up being, how it could get very chaotic very quickly. I love that movie, man. But give us your number 1, bro. What's that number 1, baby?
All right, so this is a hot take, and I actually saw this really late. I didn't see this in theaters. I saw this. I think my first watch was last year, I want to say, but okay. I was floored, and I was just so amazed with how much he could do with a story that is not only incomplete, but it's really, seriously, the film is almost like, the entire film is like a vibe, because there's no true beginning or end, and it's just, you are stuck with these characters that get obsessed with the mystery of the Zodiac Killer, which is my number 1 film for Fincher. I just loved everything about it. That whether it was Robert Downey Jr.'s obsessive performance, whether it was Jake Gyllenhaal's obsessive performance, where they investigate every little detail and they turn over every leaf, and at the end of the day, it almost like comes to nothing. And like that sequence where Jake Gyllenhaal goes into that guy's basement, and it's like the most terrifying scene, but it's like nothing really comes of it. He kind of comes out, he's all right. And it's just the fact that Fincher can make you feel that, like a scene that like nothing really happens, but you're freaking out while you're watching it. It's just a master class in suspense and just really good storytelling. Also, the some of the Zodiac kills were just so haunting, like the broad daylight scene, the broad daylight scene next to the tree. I couldn't stop thinking about that for a couple of days, man. That had me nervous. Like, oh shit, I can't even go to the park. This dude's gonna run up on me at the park and just clap me right there. Like, that's terrifying, man. And the way that it was portrayed was so like bone chilling as well. And yeah, Zodiac took my breath away, man. That's my favorite number 1 Fincher film for sure.
That's not a bad Fincher film to have at number 1, bro. Like, honestly, it's amazing. Like the way that it almost gives it a little elements of horror to just kind of keep you on the edge of your seat, keep you really, really like wondering what's going to happen next, curious. It just keeps you really like chilled out throughout the whole film. You're like, how far is this dude going to go? And then to realize like, oh, okay, he was actually never found. Oh, like that's really, really scary to think about. Look at Tyler picking on you. Thought it was gonna be Alien 3.
Hey, that's my number 5, baby. 5. It's in my top 5.
Well, hey, I was just glad you weren't gonna be like, man, Mank's my number 1. I was about to be like, no. Mank, number 1. Oh man, but yeah, my number 1, Fight Club. I mean, for all the reasons you said, bro, I love the dynamic. Of course, Brad Pitt is amazing, but even Ed Norton, so good. I loved it, bro. Like that's one of my like favorite movies of all time. Like, I'll be honest, I think I've probably got about 7 maybe above it, but I'm like, dude, I love that film. Just like I was saying, what it explores at the core of masculinity and how it could become really, really bad and toxic amounts. I love the like hiding the Project Mayhem and just the Tyler Durden versus the narrator and having that be the narrator, having that alter ego. That was such a cool way to take a story like that and make it so interesting and give them these two characters this very crazy dynamic between the two of them, man. You got, like the perfect IKEA home versus the scraggly dude who's just will do anything. He's extreme, goes to the extreme lengths of doing all these things with Project Mayhem. And then the twist to find out that it's him, the narrator. That's such a cool twist to throw in this film. One of the best in cinematic history, twist wise. I'm like, this is an excellent twist. You haven't seen Laser. You got to
Laser. I demand you watch 7 or Fight Club immediately.
One of the other. Start with 7
one
or
the
Fight
other.
Club. That's a good one. One of the two of those is a really good one to start on, and then just go down that rabbit hole, my friend. Go down that rabbit hole. But man, y'all, we gonna go ahead and switch gears, guys. It's time for the main meat and potatoes of the show. It's time for
all right. And I actually wore pink in honor of this historic occasion, but Barbie is now officially the highest grossing film of 2023. It finally surpassed the Super Mario Brothers movie, and let's be honest, I'm not surprised. And I don't think this train's stopping, you guys, because we actually have a interesting news in a couple moments here. But wow, like I knew this film was going to make money, but never in a million years did I think this year with it's just like if you go back in a time machine and you look back at the new Batman's coming out, we got Guardians of the Galaxy and Across the Spider-Verse coming out, and the new Turtles movie, and then lo and behold, the number 1 movie of the year is Barbie. It's just you never could have told me that a year ago. Like, it's just incredible what has happened, and like I said, all the amazing records it's breaking. Like Greta Gerwig, bless her soul, she's like the highest grossing female director of all time. Such a momentous occasion, and there's nothing about this film I can't say enough. But I mean, it's a great time if you guys haven't seen it. Leo, did you know that? I'm sure you knew this was coming, right? Like, you're not surprised, right? You're on mute, brother.
Mute it. I really liked Barbie a lot. I mean, I got it in my top 5 still, y'all. We got Rodney Dollar in the house. What's going on, Rodney? Still prefers this over that film, the 3-hour one. Wait, which one? Oppenheimer.
I think he means Oppenheimer.
Yeah, Oppenheimer. I was like, wait, which? Because you know what I was thinking of was Five Nights at Freddy's. That's about to be 3 hours, y'all. But yeah, man. Barbie, I'm not too surprised after it's gotten this far. I'm like, okay, it is a familiar name, and you've got so many familiar faces in Barbie herself, Margot Robbie, Ryan Gosling. The rest of the cast is very recognizable faces. Great performance by America Ferrera. Man, it's stacked with and loaded with cast members, but not only that, just the existential crisis is such a relatable message. And, I got to tell you guys, I went in this weekend and recently just saw Blackberry. Good movie, by the way. I did not expect it to be that good, but saw Blackberry at the neighborhood theater that's got two auditoriums. There's like an upstairs and a downstairs. It's called the Landmark Esquire here in Denver. Y'all, there was like people coming in there for Barbie, bro. Like, and I was like, what? Like, I wouldn't think that like 6 weeks after its release, when it's in the small neighborhood theater, you know, that only shows 2 movies, Barbie would be packed. And I kind of peeked my head in. I was like, let me just kind of see. Y'all, it was packed. And there was people still coming through the door, people taking pictures with there was like a little standee to the side. I was like, dude, this is a phenomena. And I think the Barbenheimer phenomena of doing the back-to-back thing really helped both movies so much that they've both been very successful. Great stuff.
It's, you know, to your sorry, but to your point, Leo, over here in the South Bay Area of Northern California, there's like a couple micro cities here and there that are just like little like pockets of like towns, and one of them is I have a work site at, has a theater with 2 films, and right now the 2 films are still Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Wow.
Like, there's no other like new releases, no like Strays or Gran Turismo. No, it's Barbie and Oppenheimer still. It's crazy. Like,
still, bro. Like, they know what's gonna pack the theater out, and it's like, yeah, keeping those 2 will keep the butts in seats. Ooh, okay, this is a good question. Oscar winner or not? I don't think so. I think the only Oscar they could potentially walk away with is Ryan Gosling for supporting. He'll have a battle with Robert Downey, but I think he's kind of getting a little bit more buzz than Robert. But I think there's going to be a little bit of a battlefield between the 2 of them. But that's it.
I think it's got a pretty strong shot at Best Original Song. The Ken song, maybe production design, maybe.
Yeah.
And also, I heard
production design for sure. My fault. I was just thinking the big 4, but you're right.
Oh yeah. But I think in terms of the screenplay too, it might get a nom, which I think would be huge.
Nom, yeah, for sure. I just don't think it's gonna walk away with any of the big 4, those main ones. But yeah, you're right. Production design. I'm curious as to what else will end up in that category.
Real quick,
design. I don't think anything's gonna be Barbie Land.
I want to say what's up to Larry, but I guess apparently I was wildin'. He had to come on here and ask if I knew who Taylor Swift was. I know who Taylor Swift is, guys. So hi, Larry.
Wow.
But with that being said, I mean, it's just amazing what Barbie has done, man. It's literally taken over the planet in terms of cinema. You know, so hats off to Barbie, man. Who would have thought?
Yeah, I will say this, y'all. I don't think Margot is gonna get actress. No, I don't think so, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know, she did really well, but that field's gonna be loaded.
Greta Lee, Fantasia Barrino, Carey Mulligan. We've got some. Everybody's talking up Emma Stone right now. People are talking her up.
I can't wait. I'm such a big Yorgos Lanthimos fan, man.
Dude, I love The Favorite so much. I like Killing of the Sacred Deer. I didn't really like The Lobster, but I love The Favorite.
Yeah, The Favorite's great.
So good, man.
But moving right along, y'all, there has been some huge shifts in release dates for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is not a surprise. But I think...
What's this about?
I know. Is he surprised or he's just asking? But I think one of the most interesting things about this news from Marvel is they changed the title of Agatha Coven of Chaos to Agatha Darkhold Diaries. I don't love that, you guys. It sounds silly, and Coven of Chaos sounded so much cooler in my opinion. Darkhold Diaries sounds like they're trying to make Agatha be all cute and stuff, and she's a villain, you guys. So I mean, and the Darkhold is one of the most evil entities in the universe. Like, but I mean, sure, Darkhold Diaries, whatever. I mean, you're a stone's throws away from Vampire Diaries, man. But if you got the numbers, Leo, you want to break down some of these release dates for us?
Yeah, absolutely. And what I will say about the Agatha, it kind of feels to me like it's gonna be some knockoff of Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Like, when I heard Darkhold Diaries, I was like, is Agatha gonna be a teenager right in Darkhold? Like, what are we doing here? But so it started out as House of Harkness. I thought that one was okay, and then when they did Coven of Chaos, I was like, yo, Coven of Chaos is it, baby. Like, leave it right there, cut it off.
Great title.
Like, I was like, okay, that Coven of Chaos, that's tight. And then Darkhold Diaries. And I also heard this is a little bit of a rumor, y'all, so take it with a grain of salt. But I heard it was because some toy manufacturers wouldn't accept the word coven on toy packaging.
Man,
So they had to change it to. I was like, come on, for real.
that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I just thought that was something that was not even necessary. But let me bring up the dates because we had a lot of release date shift. I know that X-Men 97 got pushed back to early 2024 because it was supposed to be fall 2023. And then I almost say Secret Invasion, excuse me. What If Season 2 got moved to December? Let me bring up the list, man. My fault.
No, you're good. You're good. Now I was like, there's a lot of dates, so I was like, it's too much to type onto the screen here. But
yeah, so Echo's January 2024. X-Men 97 is early 2024. Agatha Darkhold Diaries is fall 2024. So we got a lot of 2024 already.
Every time you say it sounds worse.
Ironheart being off the schedule is like, oh, okay. Is that off the table? Don't know. Daredevil pause, Wonder Man pause. Obviously, the writer strike, the actor strike. But for me, I'm gonna let you know, man. Oh, see, Real Talk's like, give us X-Men. Yeah, we're getting it in 2024. I heard something, and this is another little birdie, bro. Take it with a grain of salt, but what I heard was that they're going to use the same 3D animation as What If for the X-Men 97, and I was like, I don't like that. I'm going to be real with y'all. I'm not a fan of that. I want the 2D standard. I want the same animation, but we had all those concept art pieces at SDCC 2022, so I don't know if that rumor's right or not. Because
I hope not.
There was a bunch of concept art of them in like the 2D environment. So it's got to be 2D. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, like, do what you did in 97. Just remaster it and make it look clean, but keep the same character designs, same art style. Like, it's fine.
Yeah, like, keep it as the same style. Like, pretend like it's a new season of that show. Agatha's in her Vampire Diaries era. Yeah,
I don't get it, Leo. Larry. I don't get it, Larry.
I don't want it, though. I don't want it. Honestly, this and Echo are the only two where I'm just not interested. Yeah, so I wasn't too interested in Agatha. Then I watched Heartstopper. And I was like, all right, I'm pulling up for Joe Locke, okay? He's the homie, all right? I love Charlie, man. He's awesome. But yeah, that one I was initially not too interested. I'm a little more interested now. I'm really not interested in Echo either. And Larry, I don't know. Larry did share a clip from one of the cons he was at with Tyler, and she spoke specifically a little bit about it. And she said like some really cool things, like that it was going to be pretty action-packed. So it might surprise us. But I don't know. I'm a little more anticipatory of it, but not big on it. How do you feel about these release date shifts, Solo?
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, I'm not surprised. I mean, with the strikes going on, like, this holds everything, not just Marvel. And the Dune delay, the Godzilla X Kong delay, this is like I said this last week, this is all going to snowball. Yeah. We're going to see a lot of this going forward for as long as this goes on, which sucks. So I'm looking at you, Hollywood. Y'all got to start making some decisions. But I think my biggest regret from this news is that I hope we don't lose Ironheart.
Yeah, right.
I love the character. She was so good in Wakanda Forever, and I really hope we get her back. So,
I will admit, when the list dropped, I was like, "Oop, not me forgetting that was coming out." I forgot about Wonder Man too. I was like, "Oh,
yeah." And actually, see, that's what I wanted to bring up, Leo. I mean, we were talking about the last couple of weeks of how DC's been kind of a mess behind the scenes. It sounds like they're probably fighting with each other in-house about what they're going to do. Is Blue Beetle a part of the DCU or is it not? It's just a character in the DCU.
Like what's going on?
But see, you kind of flip over to Marvel, you think everything's all hunky-dory, and maybe it isn't. Because they got a bunch of projects that were announced, and now they're being unannounced. Now they're being completely paused, maybe for good. I feel like there's a lot of headbutting in Marvel too, and I mean...
All I gotta say, I'm sorry to cut you off, man.
No, you're good.
There is Spider-Man freshman year. I'm just kind of like, okay, I looked at that list and I was like, wait, something's missing. Where's Spider-Man freshman year?
They thought we forgot?
Well, and you know what? That was like an updated list, but it still says 2024. I'm just like, can we get a date, please? Keep feeding us. We're getting Spider-Man 2 in October. Keep feeding us, y'all. We need to keep fed. We're not gonna get no Spider-Verse next year. That's not happening.
Right.
But can we get that Spider-Man freshman year? They gotta keep giving us Spider-Man like it's crack, bro. They gotta keep on feeding it to us like we're mice waiting for the cheese.
I'm not gonna lie, I had to bite on this one. Quick question: what you think of Korean food? Amazing.
Love Korean food,
especially if it's barbecue, baby. Give me that barbecue.
Oh my god, dude, that Korean barbecue, baby. I just had some last week in Vegas. So good.
So we'll see. I mean, a lot of this is mostly due to the strikes. So as long as the strikes keep happening, we're gonna get a lot more news in this similar vein. So
yeah, good.
Moving right along, like I was saying, guys.
My fault about the X-Men content before the Fantastic Four cast reveal. We're gonna get that, yeah.
But hey, with
to your point,
with the actors strike, I mean, why even announce? I mean, like,
I don't.
They can't promote the movie. They can't,
100%. They can't. Man,
whoa, Larry!
Come on, Tom Holland gonna be in freshman year.
Jeez.
Okay, freshman year.
But like I was saying at the start of the roundup, Barbie is officially coming to IMAX on September 22nd with an all-new post-credit footage. There's the big IMAX posters you can see, and I found it interesting that for as long as Barbie's been in theaters, they've had a stranglehold on Dolby Cinema while Oppenheimer had a stranglehold in IMAX. So I think this is going to be interesting. I mean, how much more is this going to boost its revenue, and how much, like I said, guys, this train isn't stopping. I think it's going to make a lot more money still going into October even. So this is huge for a film that is already number one. Like, there's already, like, no one's going to top it at this point, and it's going to keep making money. I mean, look at this. Like, it's just, I feel like they're flexing at this point. Like, you guys want more? Boom, we're going to IMAX. So it's like, it's crazy, man. What do you think about this news, Leo?
Hey, Barbie going to IMAX, baby. I'll be there. I'm going to be sitting there posted up. Now, it's coming to digital in 2 days. So I'm surprised to see that it's still going to be, they're going to be pushing it even bigger in theaters. But hey, whatever. I'll be back.
Well, like I said, it feels like a flex. Like, because I feel like they know people are going to come out and they're going to make a shit ton of money off of it. Pardon my language.
If they're rolling up to little neighborhood theaters with two theater rooms, yeah, they're definitely going to be putting it back. Like, they see the potential in Barbie. It's huge, man. And then once the Blu-rays come out and stuff, maybe they'll even rack in the physicals, bro.
I was gonna say, I mean, I don't know if it's completely saving WB, but man, they got to be loving this because they needed this.
They needed it, and we look at this success, and guess what? They got one more failure around the corner, probably with Aquaman 2. You know what though? And that one I'm like back and forth.
That movie's still coming out. Is that movie even real?
It's not. Barbie's not coming to digital? Oh, I thought it was coming to digital on the 5th. Yeah, you can watch it on the 5th. So, it got pushed?
Oh, well, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, they don't want to hurt their IMAX receipts, so.
Yeah, it has been shifted. That's right. Appreciate you.
Rodney said, just don't release a trailer. Let Aquaman bomb.
Let it go. I almost was like, Laser's like, release it on Max. I'm like, man.
Yeah, I was going to say, the second they didn't recast Amber Heard, man, I was just like, man, whatever. Hey, James Wan, I love you, man. But I don't know. I don't know. Man.
You see this comment?
Mara put it on Aquaman. That's so grimy. You grimy, Joe-san. You wild for that, man.
Woo! That's funny, bro.
But moving right along, this is pretty awesome. Shouts out, man. Elemental has now officially passed the worldwide gross of both Cars and the original Toy Story. But take this with a grain of salt. This is not, I don't think this is including inflation, right? So the numbers surpass those films. But if you look at Toy Story's gross with an inflation lens, it might not be all that much higher or more. So this is pretty crazy though for a film that people were saying was Pixar's worst opening for Pixar ever. Look, man, Elemental persevered. they survived through the summer. They were the little film that kept chugging up that cinema hill, and look at them now. They're passing up Cars and Toy Story, two of the biggest films in the Pixar filmography. So this is pretty cool. I'm actually really happy for Elemental, a film that I enjoyed. I thought I got a lot of hate when it first came out the first couple of weeks, and look at it now. It's doing well. I mean, Leo, did you see this coming? I didn't think they were going to last through the summer, to be honest.
I am so happy to see it. I'm so happy. We got to get Pixar back in the good graces, y'all. We got to get them back in theaters. And you know what? With the strike going on, we might see Soul in theaters. Like we might end up seeing like Soul, or I know that they're going to put something. What was it? Oh, Incredibles is coming to theaters for like a limited run. So I'm like, okay, let's go ahead and put in Soul. Let's put in Luca. Let's put in Turning Red in the theaters. Like, give them a couple of weeks apiece. I'm down, bro. I want to see Turning Red.
I'd watch all three in a heartbeat. And actually, The Incredibles is in theaters right now.
Huh?
The Incredibles is in theaters right now.
Right now? Awesome, man. Oh, let me go see that then. What's going on, T3? Thanks for dropping in, man. Good to see you again. And we got, wasn't a huge fan, but his girls loved it. That's good. Yeah, this could mean good news for Disney Animation's Wish. Yeah, I think Wish might do really well. A return to form for Disney. You're going back to the songs, the traditional villain. I think Wish has potential to do real well for Disney. Now, I don't know, but I think Chili Boy Larry said, leave your films out of can. Yeah.
Well, to his point, Indiana Jones and Elemental had no business being at Cannes. So that's not the audience. That was a negative word of mouth they didn't need.
Yeah, they didn't need that. They thought because they put Up over there, like, go ahead. No, man. Nope. Inside Out 2 is going to be interesting since you have the original voice of the emotions. I know. See, I hate when they do that, bro. Like,
wait, I didn't even know that. Hold up. Who are they replacing?
Man, I don't think any of them are coming back.
Oh, dude, Bill Hader, Amy Poehler, come on now.
If I think I seen a little post the other day saying they weren't coming back.
Well, I'm not watching that one.
I'm seeing Amy's back.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, man, and Bill Hader, we gotta have Bill Hader back.
I don't see Bill Hader on the list.
Oh, it sucks.
Who knows though? We'll have to wait and see. You know, they probably can't talk too much about it with the strike going on, but once we can see, yeah.
Oh, there it is. So Colby's
Bill
saying,
and Mindy.
That sucks, and I like Mindy Kaling too.
Damn, that sucks. Turning Red 2. No, I don't think that needs a sequel.
Yeah, probably not, but I would watch it.
I would too. I mean, it'd be cool because, like, then what would they be in the 2010s? Then, all right, let's do it.
Never not on my mind. Oh my, oh my.
So good. Ooh, Elio looks good. For some reason, the vibe of Elio, I want to see it, but I'm just like, is this going to be another Strange World?
And then Rodney said a Monsters Inc. sequel. Hey, man, Monsters at Work wasn't bad. It's just nobody watched it. I felt like me and my previous pod, me and Dives reviewed every episode, and I feel like we were the only ones watching.
Yeah, because I sure in the hell didn't watch that.
I loved it. Honestly, it had a lot of great callbacks to the original film, and it was the film that people, like, for example, if people were disappointed with Monsters University, Monsters at Work was the sequel we've always wanted. It was like continuing the journey of Sully and Mike trying to figure out the Laugh Factory, and it's actually pretty fun. Give it a shot. Oh, damn, Laser.
I would have loved that was a movie.
Settle down.
Wow, Laser.
I couldn't disagree more, sir.
Now, I will say with Monsters at Work, would have loved to see that in theaters as a movie.
I agree. But you know.
Oh no, Laser, you can't say it sucked and then come back and say that.
Hold on. I mean, I like Monsters University, but top 6.
We got
Laser.
Ratatouille, Toy Stories, all of them.
Hold up.
Monsters Inc.
I'm gonna pretend Laser didn't post this and just go watch David Fincher or something.
Because I'm like, hold on, we got the 4 Toy Stories, Nemo, Coco, all them. I'm like, we got about 10, 12, 15.
Dude, hey, Monsters University is like in my bottom 6 or 7, right?
Bro. We love you, though, Laser.
But hey, with that being said, moving right along, I'm happy for Elemental. But yo, this is crazy, guys. The Taylor Swift Eras Tour movie has topped Spider-Man No Way Home, and it breaks the record for single day ticket sales with 26 mil. And guys, if you guys are AMC A-list holders, if you guys are trying to watch a movie a couple days ago, the damn Swifties broke the AMC app, you guys. You guys couldn't buy tickets. You guys couldn't log into the app. It was madness. And look, it didn't affect me. I wasn't trying to watch a movie a couple days ago, but just the fact that the Swifties took over AMC cracks me up. This is hilarious. You can't make this stuff up. But yo, shouts out to Taylor Swift. She's an icon of this generation. She's making a crap ton of money selling out stadiums, and for her to break a movie theater app, I am not surprised in the slightest. I think just the fact that it broke the record is just hilarious to me. So I'm gonna pass that to you, Leo. I mean, is this crazy or what? This is like, you can't make this stuff up, right?
You can't make it up, y'all. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. Eras Tour crashed AMC app, y'all. I'm sitting there trying to get some tickets for Bottoms. And here we are scrolling, and I open the app, and it's like, you're in a queue. Sorry, the Eras Tour. I was like, I'm sorry, what? I can't get no tickets? Oh, that was not hilarious. Oh, uh-oh. He said that was not funny, bro. Listen, I was trying to get me a ticket, and then I ended up actually getting an email. Somebody was like, hey, do you want to go see? It was IFC Films. They're like, hey, do you want to go see Blackberry? I was like, sure. Because I ended up waiting in that AMC queue line. So, hey, y'all lost a customer. But don't worry, I'll be seeing Bottom soon, y'all. But yeah, man, No Way Home, passing No Way Home. Like, come on, man. Taylor, you're on tour, man. But what I will say is this. I've been clowning this for the whole week, but I have to give her credit. This was a smart way so that your fans could all see Taylor Swift. Your fans could all see it. So this was an accessible way to make it accessible. But come on, man. Beating No Way Home. Come on, man. Come on. Weird. Oh, not Kobe saying a lot of white girls really wanted to see that Eras Tour.
Oh, man. And then what did Larry say? He said, please identify that blonde white woman on the screen.
Yeah, do you know who that is, Lo?
Yes, I know who it is, man. Look, I'm not a Swiftie by any means, but I'm gonna be honest, she got some catchy shit, you know, like that. She's cheer captain and I'm on the bleachers. I like that song. And then what's the other one?
With me.
What's the other one? I knew you were trouble when you walked in. I don't know, whatever.
Oh God, I cannot stand that song. Woo!
Oh, really? I like that one.
Yeah.
That's catchy.
Oh, that's on the Red album, which is actually one of the 2 albums of Taylor Swift's I do really enjoy. I do not like the singles out that album, and then I really like 1989. But the rest of her discography, I don't really see the charm. But hey, more power to the Swifties.
I was gonna say, I mean, you can't be mad. Hey, the 90s had the Spice Girls and the Backstreet Boys, and this generation's got Taylor Swift and stuff like that. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Oh, Rodney says a white chick kind of wrote songs about her ex. Oh, that famous Kanye moment. Oh, man.
I'm gonna let you finish, but
man. Look.
Oh my God.
You're getting grilled, bro. You heard
Laser and Joseon are coming for me. I'm sorry I don't know BTS, guys. I'm sorry.
Folklore is her best album. Yeah, I listen to Folklore. Wasn't too impressed. But I know that a lot of people like the singer-songwriter stuff she does, and it's fine, but I liked 89 and I liked Red, and that's about it. And I only listened to Red because it was on Rolling Stone's top 100 albums all time, and I've been going through that. That's the only reason I listened to Red. But it was a pretty good album.
I appreciate how passionate everybody is in the chat about Taylor Swift. I
I
didn't know
know.
y'all into her like that. That's cool.
Look, you don't know BTS. Uh-oh. They're the biggest K-pop band in the world, Lo. You don't know it?
I don't know.
Smooth like butter, like a criminal undercover. You don't know that song?
I know it because the Ninja Turtles was singing it.
Yeah, that's the band.
I know, but see, what's funny, I laughed because it was just a nice moment with the brothers. I had no idea what they were talking about, though.
Okay.
At any rate, this is a historic moment in film. The most popular, arguably the most popular pop artist in the scene right now over here, breaking theater apps. So that happened.
We all know cats change cinema.
Man, I can't believe cats happen. That's amazing.
Right?
All right, guys, to close out the roundup here, this is actually pretty interesting, and I would love to hear your thoughts, Leo, because I feel like you're a little bit more versed in the DC lore than me. But one of my favorite actors, Giancarlo Esposito, said he was talking to James Gunn about starring in a DC film prior to the SAG-AFTRA strike. And I'm gonna throw it right to you, Leo. I'm curious. I mean, Giancarlo Esposito is one of the most iconic actors in the game right now. He's a tremendous villain in The Mandalorian. He was in Breaking Bad, all these great things, Spike Lee films. What could you possibly expect from a DC film featuring him?
So I got a couple of ideas. Hear me out. Since Pierce Brosnan's Kent Nelson is not going to be in the DCU, I'm guessing that's going to be a recast. He could be Kent Nelson, Dr. Fate. We also could see him be Hugo Strange. I love for him to be Hugo Strange. I think he's got that he's got the look, obviously the glasses, but he can play a great freaking villain, man. He was Gus Fring in Breaking Bad. He has that villainous energy. He's just like that intimidating councilman in the Boys, the Vought ruler or CEO, the CEO of Vought. Dude, give this guy a villain role. I think Hugo Strange is it. We haven't seen Hugo Strange, I don't think, on the big screen, on the movie screen. So it'd be cool to see that for the first time. And man, I think you put him in that Brave and the Bold, or put him in some other movie like that. Maybe Lex Luthor.
I was gonna say I can see that. Oh man! I mean, if he was talking directly to James Gunn, I kind of like that. I like it.
Like make him like the Lex Luthor that's like, but he's like older, more experienced as Superman, so he could get around him and just knows how to like be one step ahead of him at every turn.
See, I could see Giancarlo staring down Superman, just not even like worried, like, yo,
not even intimidated.
You aren't messing with me. I could see it.
To me now.
And real quick, I want to shout out this comment by John. He said, Giancarlo's been around since Spike Lee came onto the scene. Hey, if you guys have seen Do the Right Thing, don't step on his sneakers, man. That's
step on his
sneakers. Don't step on his sneakers, bro.
Man, and that's when John said that, I was like, hey, do the right thing, baby. Ooh, this is a good one. Two-Face. Yeah, he could be a great Two-Face.
I like that too. But that just shows his versatility. I mean, there's a lot of different things and I like that you mentioned Hugo Strange. That's a character I'm familiar with and kind of a mastermind in Batman Gallery. I like that too. Hugo Strange is not one to be trifled with.
Right. And I think that could be a cool villain in like Brave and the Bold, if you want to do that Batman or something, kind of outsmart both Damian and Batman, somehow maybe turn them against each other. That'd be so cool, man. I would love to see that. I kind of want Giancarlo to play something other than a villain. He has expressed that he would like to play a good guy, and if I had my perfect world, guys, Professor X right here. Professor freaking X, baby. Like,
backed.
That's my professor.
Backed. No, say less, man. If he is Charles Xavier, I will follow that X franchise into the sunset wherever they go, man. That would be perfect.
Wherever they go,
awesome casting.
I would be right behind him. Giancarlo Batman. Yeah, for that one.
yeah. I'll just say. I mean,
unless we're doing Beyond, which okay. I'm down, but a little old on the older end. Yep, Professor X would be perfect, bro. Perfect.
Hell yes.
Absolutely perfect.
But I think the biggest thing with this is it's all speculation, and I think that with the strikes ongoing, I mean, who knows what they talked about, and who knows if it's still on the table. A month from now, 2 months from now, going into next year, I mean, I think it's a lot of uncertainty. But I liked hearing this news just because it's just an interesting look at, man, what could have been, right? Like, for example, I don't know if you guys know this. Robin Williams was one of the people auditioning for the Joker in 1989, and Robin Williams lost to Jack Nicholson, and I saw a little clip of him talking about it. I thought that was really interesting. So it's you never know, man. These casting changes will change quickly.
I know, dude. That would have been an interesting Joker, Robin Williams. Man, oh man, guys, let's get on to one little piece of news I wanted to bring up and get your opinion on, Loretto. So allegedly, Toy Story 5 is going to have Andy in a very integral plot and be very integral to the plot. And he's going to be an adult with the family. I just wanted to get your... Look, Lowe's like, nah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. Bro,
man,
I'm going to be real with y'all. I thought Toy Story could have ended at 3. 4 was going to have. But what do you think about this Toy Story 5 stuff, man? It's allegedly that's Andy will be center to the movie and pretty important to the movie, and his family will be involved.
I hate it. I just as someone that was so opposed to 4, which 4 wasn't a bad film by any means. It was kind of funny. It was visually really awesome because the animation was so much 10 times better than it was, but it was just so unnecessary, and it kind of deflates a perfect ending with 3. So for them to talk about Toy Story 5, I'm over it. This is Dial of Destiny for me. I don't want it. I saw Dial of Destiny, and it's we could have stopped at Last Crusade, and that's how I feel about Toy Story. You don't mess with a good ending. I mean, going back to Indiana Jones, he literally rode off into the sunset and put it on the press, lock it away. That's it. And same thing with Andy saying buy the toys. That's the end of the story, in my opinion. But
and I like 4. I actually really like Toy Story 4. I just think it could have easily ended at 3. 3 is the hard conclusion to the franchise, and then 4 is kind of okay, we're just kind of coming on back, getting a little bit more money, but 4 did make $1 billion, so what can we say about it, Bronny hasn't grown into a teen. How is he a dad, man? Right, and I'm what? How are we going to get them back to Andy? I don't know. Weird. And Rodney brings up a good point. Isn't Woody with Bo? What are they doing here? They're retreading back and uncanceling and undoing. Even Larry, our Pixar guy right here, Toy Story 5 needs to be canceled. Cancel it, man. All right, y'all. We're going to move into our final segment of the evening here. Let's go on over to the final segment. Yeah, y'all, it's time for Movies of the Week, which actually, though, you've been covering the film festival, so I'd love to hear about some of the stuff you've seen, man. There's so much festival buzz going on with so many movies right now. I'm so curious to hear what you've seen, and tell us about the fest.
Yeah, man. So I had the privilege of my bar being the VIP lounge for the CineQuest Festival in San Jose, California. Ooh. It took place in downtown San Jose, and unfortunately, of course, due to the SAG-AFTRA strikes and the writer strikes, not a lot of people could show up. But this festival was actually a lot bigger than I realized. I didn't realize it was a thing. Nick Cage was here a couple years ago. Yeah, I mean, this place is actually pretty decent. And if anybody remembers Jennifer Esposito, she was in I Still Know You Did Last Summer with Brandy and Jennifer Love Hewitt. Mm-hmm. She's in The Boys. I'm not really into The Boys, but she's in a bunch of things. She's in a lot of shows, and she made her directorial debut at the CineQuest Festival. So that was awesome. I actually served her a drink. I had a really great time meeting her. Kind of rubbing elbows with like little up and coming filmmakers here, and I had a blast, man. And there's a lot of up and coming filmmakers to watch. A lot of great films that I saw. I saw a film called The Gigantes, was about a coming of age story of a girl trekking down to Mexico. I saw a couple horror films. One was Carnifex from Australia. Another one was Fallen Drive, set in LA, and it was a kind of like a murder mystery. But I think my highlight of the entire festival was a film called Tomorrow, directed by a young and up-and-comer named Kellen Gibbs, I want to say. I met him as well. Great dude, awesome guy. Shared a couple drinks with him and just kind of talked about his film. And it was a really interesting premise. It was like kind of like a Groundhog Day scenario, but in a different light. Like what if you woke up, like kind of like a quantum leap? Like what if you woke up in a different body? And what if you kept waking up as a different person, like a different, like one day you wake up as like an 80-year-old man, the next day you wake up as like a 20-year-old Asian girl, the next day you wake up as like a 40-year-old white man. Like just imagine you keep waking up as a different person and all you want to do is go home, right? So that's the premise of Tomorrow, and he's a young and up and coming filmmaker to watch. I had a blast. This was actually my first time covering a film festival in person. It was great. It was in two awesome venues. The California Theater in San Jose is actually adjacent to my bar. It's really nice, like Broadway style theater with like nice architecture and stuff like that. So it was cool, man. As for my first film festival experience, it was one to remember for sure.
That's really dope, man. It's your first film festival?
I mean, my first like non-virtual one. So I actually was like, yeah, walking up in there. There's like, they had a red carpet and everything. It's unfortunate that, you know, more people couldn't come out because there was films. I saw what's it called? I Think About Dying Sometimes, starring Daisy Ridley.
Oh, how was that? Because I've been wanting to watch that.
Dude, I loved it. It was so adorable. And Daisy Ridley is such a sweetheart in that film, but also like she kind of plays out of character. She plays a really awkward, mousy, like quiet gal, and it's like kind of like the office setting, and it's like she's like in her little corner with her little computer and stuff. And it's a good film. I actually really like that one. I forgot that I saw that. And also shouts out to a film called East Bay, which was set in the Bay Area here, directed by Daniel Yoon, and Constance Wu was in that film. And she was great. It's called East Bay.
East Bay?
Yeah. And it's set here in Northern California. A lot of the film shots, like, oh my God, I literally grew up in a lot of these areas. And Constance Wu is great in it. And the style of the film is really funny, really like unique. It's almost like a blend of like Clerks and like Everything Everywhere All at Once. Like there's like a lot of like interesting dynamics of the film. So
well, that sounds like a great experience. East Bay, I'm about to look out for that one, man. I've been looking out for that. I've been thinking about Dying. Wasn't that at Sundance? I think was it Sundance or something? It came out at one of these festivals, and I've had it on my list. Like, gotta check that one out. But that's really
when
cool.
I saw it was at mine, I was like,
right?
Yes, I was so happy.
Dude, that's so cool, man. Like that, what a cool mix of films too. Tomorrow sounds really good as well. Definitely gonna be on the lookout for some of these, man. Because I've been seeing all this Venice buzz, and it's just festival season, man. TIFF's around the corner. Telluride's happening now. Oh, Telluride, Colorado, where they're like, just because you're pressed, you got to pay. So, yeah, didn't get to go to that one. But Larry is saying, awesome. Congrats. Welcome. The film festivals are just so fun, dude. Like,
thank you, Larry. I had a great time, man. I can't wait to write all about it.
Yeah, man, that's gonna be fun. Look, Loretto making moves. Yep, he out here, baby. He out here. All right, y'all. Okay. So I've been thinking about Dying. Yeah, that was at Sundance. I've been really anticipating that one. I could not get tickets though. Fantastic Fest coming later this month. Nice. Yeah, I think Sean Chandler is going to be there. A couple others. Got the Darkhold of Diaries. Yes, man. So this week, One Piece came out. I got to watch the first episode. I still got to watch episode 2. I got to record my video. Yo, man. I think this might be the best live action anime adaptation show ever. And I'm saying that off the first now. I'm not going to sit here and say that it's amazing or anything. Let's hold on. But better than Beatbot, better than Death Note, way better than Evolution, or that Evolution and Last Airbender are bottom of the barrel. I could put it up there with the Rurouni Kenshin ones. I think it has a lot of potential. Like, it feels like the anime and goofy stuff that's over the top fits in with the One Piece. I really, really like it. I think Iñaki as Luffy really works for me. Like, he just has this charisma that you love about him, and he's just so goofy and over the top, but that's how Luffy is. So I like it, and he feels perfect for the role. And I think that's what live action adaptations got to do now. They got to get a kid who's perfect, and they got the creator of One Piece, Oda, involved so heavily with it, and it paid off. It paid off because you saw him being involved made One Piece so like feel so much like the anime, but also make some changes to characters and designs that make it feel closer to reality in a better way. I think One Piece so far, from what I've seen, they get the characters right, they get the look right, they get so much right. Like, I really like it a lot, even when they're out on the oceans with the ships and stuff, and those ships are built. They built those ships, so it looks really good. I like the practicality of the ships. I think it looks good. And to have, I think I see Tyler talking about Knights of Zodiac. Be great as Zoro. He was the guy who played Zoro in the One Piece live action adaptation was in Knights of Zodiac. Tyler was saying he was stinking it up, but I mean, Knights of the Zodiac, I don't expect that to be good anyway. So I'm sure it was a mess. But yes, this is a really good, in my opinion, a pretty faithful adaptation so far. Zoro is amazing. My favorite One Piece character. He was so freaking cool and just had the 3 swords and had so much swagger to him. I mean, he really captures the spirit of Zoro, in my opinion. McKenyu, he's so good, man, in the Zoro role. And I have yet to get to Usopp and some of the other characters, but it just looks like a great cast of characters, and it fits. It fits. Would love to see what Ace is going to be. Grant Gustin as Ace? I don't know about... Wait, you mean Luffy's brother? I see a lot of people saying Sholo Maraduena should be Ace, and I was like, ooh, I'm down. There is one caveat I'm having, and I think that like some of the line delivery is a little weird. And I'm like, I wonder if that gets better or if it's just kind of like the style they're going for. But some of the line delivery is a little goofy and maybe a little over the top. But I like it, man. Oh, Justin, sorry you don't like it, but I will admit I had a really good time. At the release date. So, apparently Avatar News and Daniel Day Kim posted on his Instagram story. He shared this story that the Avatar News, yeah, holy smokes, you got the hat. That's awesome. Apparently, they're going to release Atla, the Netflix live action adaptation, February 2024.
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
What? Which, okay. They had those concept photos and stuff. I'm like, I wonder if they saw the success of One Piece and were like, okay, drop it. Like, yeah, could this be big pressure for Avatar? Yeah. Yep. Because now that we can see that they can make an adaptation that at least most of the anime fans can say is a faithful and good adaptation, y'all better come through for Avatar, because us Avatar fans we're looking at y'all with daggers like, okay, if you can do it for One Piece, you better not mess it up with us, because it's already been messed up. The M. Night movie was not good. And if they do it again, what can you do? You hyped for that, though? The Avatar Netflix? The photos looked amazing.
Yeah, I was going to say, I like the casting, and I feel like, oh God, what's his name? Who's playing Uncle Iroh from Kim's Convenience Store?
Oh, I don't know his
I'm
name.
Blanking on his name, but
good.
The passion that he is supporting the project with gives me hope. But it
Paul
was kind of...
Young-Lee.
There you go. It is a little concerning that the original creators were involved at the beginning and then they left the project.
Yeah.
So it really makes me wonder, like, what was the problem? Like, were they rushing the story? Were they clashing on story beats? Like, I'm just kind of curious on what pushed the original Avatar: The Last Airbender creators away. That's my only reservation. But as a fan, I mean, we're gonna watch it, right? I mean, we're not gonna not watch it, so we're at least gonna see what it is. So.
Whipped out the hat, iconic, right? He had that ready. Cue the Avatar beatbox. Yeah, that little choo 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 for the ending is so catchy, and yeah, I'm like hoping they bring that spirit of Avatar back. We got a question from Rodney Dollar, how we feel about Naruto live action. I don't know, man. I think that's taking it too far. I don't know. Rodney, a lot of these are so bad. Like the Full Metal Alchemist one was not good. The Death Note one was not good.
You know, can I also say, like, I'm very anime adjacent. Like, I'm not really an anime guy. But would you agree with me, Leo? I feel like some animation just doesn't translate to the big screen, like to live action. It just sometimes you just gotta leave it as is, and the animation is what it is, and that's what the story is. And sometimes it's better to leave it alone, maybe. You know, just
Oh, they got Yu Yu Hakusho around the corner. Yeah, that one's gonna be good. Yu Yu why did I say that? I just hope it'll be good. Like I see One Piece and I'm like, okay, I have a little bit of faith, I guess, because I'm like, that one could be good. That one could be good. Tana Huerta's Ace, that could be good, I think. But is Ace that much older than Luffy? I think he's like a few years older than Luffy. So if you did get like, because Iñaki is 20 years old, so if you did get Cholo Mardueña as Ace, I think that could potentially match up. But I could see Tanakh. That'd be cool.
Hey Leo, we need to get John on the show, man. He is over here giving us the news here.
Yes. Oh my goodness, the Scott Pilgrim anime. I can't wait. And they got the original cast back. Everybody, every person is back on that.
I am here for it.
No, I'm not hyped for that My Hero Academia. Yu Yu Hakusho should be easy because it's a high school setting. The kid dies. Spirit Detective. The Spirit Detective arc should be easy for them. I don't know about the Demon Tournament though. And if they try to squeeze it all down in one season, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But Lo, we got to get to this next story, man. We got to get to our WTF moment of the week, y'all, because we're starting to get so far into this strike, and it's insane that you still have these CEOs kind of clueless as to what's going on the outside. Let me go ahead and share my screen here. Okay, so from Deadline, Bob Iger and David Zaslav are stunned that they have been vilified for refusing to give a fair deal for writers. I mean, could you get any more tone deaf at this point? Like, really? You're stunned?
I also like the use of the word thin-skinned.
Right.
These guys are sensitive. These billionaires.
They're so rich. I'm like, all it would take is one of y'all taking like a $10 million pay cut. And they be rich, filthy rich still. You know, they got assets and stocks and all this. They're rich, bro. All it take probably was like 15 mil from that paycheck. And Zaslav, I mean, I think we were looking at salaries. Wasn't he at like 500 million or something? I'm like, bro, cut down 100 million, 200 million, bro. That's the payment for the writers. And probably a lot of these actors too. Ridiculous, man. What do you think?
Hey, man, it's one of the 7 deadly sins. Greed.
Yeah, man.
And it's disgusting. It's despicable.
Like, why are they so greedy? I just don't understand how 0.18% of the total revenue that's coming in for every studio, 0.18% is how much it would take to fund these writers. 0.18%, not even 1%. Because they're making billions, trillions of dollars, not even 1%. And we can solve this. All you have to do is cut it off from the CEO. Just tell him Just if he literally was just like, okay, let me give up 150 of my salary, 150 mil, sprinkle it upon the writers. We got a deal. We got a deal. Mr. Krabs acting asses. Still trying to find a streaming platform with an English Dragon Ball dub. Funimation. But you're going to have to pay. Funimation's got it, though. And I will admit, JHC10, if you're on Twitter, DM me. We could talk a little bit about the Dragon Ball English dub. That's all I'm going to say. Dragon Ball Z, but we already got one abysmal movie in Evolution. Nobody wants to watch that ever again. It is a disgrace to movies. Probably my least favorite movie of all time. So here we go. What, you want equal pay? So then just pay them fairly. Get back to doing your job correctly and fairly. That's it. At least Mr. Krabs gave a penny here and there. For real, man. Ridiculous.
I was going to say, I think Mr. Krabs has a little bit more heart than they do.
At this point, I'm just worried. I'm worried that the writers and actors won't be able to sustain, dude. That's what I'm worried about. Like I'm worried that they're gonna have to, and I hope we can keep supporting them as long as possible so that this doesn't happen. But I just really hope we don't end up in a situation where they just don't get paid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think that's worst case scenario for sure. So.
Worst case, man. I just hope we don't get there, bro. But guys, it has been a heck of a stream tonight. Thank you for pulling up, and a lot of y'all were passionate about Pixar and Taylor Swift. So maybe we'll talk Taylor Swift songs next week. No, I'm just playing. We good on that. But Lo, let the people know where they can find you and what's coming up on your end, man.
I knew you were trouble when you walked in. No, I'm good. Y'all can follow me on Twitter or Letterboxd at Marcellus Durden. I'm a proud editor, writer, and critic for the Cinema Spot. And I was talking about the CineQuest Festival here in San Jose. I am going to write a little brief write-up on all the films that I saw and the experience that I had. I will get that done. Keep an eye out for that. We've also got a lot of great reviews and content on the Cinema Spot. Check us out on all socials at the Cinema Spot and thecinemasspot.com.
Cinemaspot.com, baby. Check out Lo on all social media platforms. Did want to address Joe Sign here. Man, that Shibuya art, bro. It's been freaking awesome, bro. I'm loving JJK, and I'm actually catching up on the manga here. Uh-oh. Oops, sorry, Leo and Lo. Looks like I'm busy Sunday. Larry talk about the Swift comment. He say he gonna be absent. Man, no Taylor Swift stuff. But guys, head on over to the main channel over at Geekly Goods, guys. We got a lot of content coming up on the channel this week between a couple of different reactions. One Piece is continuing to truck along. I got a couple movies to catch up on. And then I'm also going to I'm going to make a video about festival movies and some of the upcoming ones that I'm like really looking forward to. We got Poor Things around the corner. We've got Saltburn. I'm really excited for The Killer. I mean, that's going to be killer.
I'm hyped for
Yeah.
Maestro.
I'm excited, but I'm like, okay, am I like here? Because I'm like Saltburn, Poor Things. Oh my God. And then like, I think Maestro is like one notch down. Like, I'm excited, but I'm not like Saltburn. I need this. I've been asking the DFF people, hey, I should do a Barbie review. You know what, Rodney? I will get on that. It might not be this week, but by the end of the year, I'll have a Barbie review. But guys, come on over to the main channel, and we'll see you next week. Same time, same place on Geekly Goods Live.